This is the second tutorial in a series that is based on an activity that we're calling the Great Canadian Challenge. And the point of the activity is really to demonstrate how the ActivityMaker template works and all of the various options that are in it. So what we're going to do is open our file. Notice the most recently used files appear in the list. So under File, and you'll find the list of the things that you've worked on. We'll open that up, and here it is, the Great Canadian Challenge. To quickly review, we have 4 pages. Our first page was a simple text page, and we laid out the image and title. Then we had a multiple choice question with feedback, and you'll remember that the feedback is accessed through the little button, and you can see the feedback right here. The second type of question we asked was a short answer question, and we used regular expression. You can simply type an answer. You do not need to use a regular expression. And then this particular one happened to be a flashcard that showed this image, and then the correct answer was Toronto. And that's where we ended. We'll now add a page, and we'll change the layout of this page to a gate. The intention here is to measure student performance. So what we've done is assigned 5 points per question. And now what we'll do is make a decision using the gate. So here's the symbol for the gate. And the decision is essentially if the students got 2 out of 3 right, we will go ahead and pass them on to level 2. Let's create level 2 now, just so that it's easy for us to understand how the gate works. So this is our gate page. We'll now add a page, and we'll turn that into a simple text page. And we'll call this level 2, and this will help us because essentially we're doing a simple type of branching. Recall that, I'll expand this, recall that our first page was titled Introduction, and so this page is level 2. Let's go back to the gate, and we can very quickly navigate to a page by clicking on it inside the page view. I'll go ahead and put the pages view away. What we'll want to do is, at this point, reset the score. We'll allow the back button and next button, ensure that we keep our navigation. And we're going to say that the student will pass if he or she gets 2 out of 3 answers, or 66%. Next, we need to decide what happens if they in fact pass, and that is the branching option. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And what we'll say is if they pass, we'll jump to page. Notice all of the choices here. The one that we'll choose is jump to page. Essentially, you can see that we can go to next page, go to previous page, jump to a specific page, open up a URL. So we can cause a web page to open up in its own window. We can add an overlay. In other words, we can take some content and simply overlay it. We can set a value or append a values. These are more sophisticated concepts. They relate to our ability to track specific variables. So again, we'll choose Jump to Page. And now because we labeled our page, it's very, very easy for us to indicate where we want to go, because you can see level 2. Every page has its own social security number, in a sense, its own unique ID. And that is really confusing to the human. This is great for the machine, but terrible for the human. What helps is labeling your pages with a page ID. And then we'll indicate what it is that we're trying to do. And we'll say something like, congratulations, you are now moving on to level 2. Something simple like that. And we'll go ahead and we'll branch immediately, but after 2 seconds we'll display the feedback and then immediately go to level 2. And then if we fail to meet this threshold or exceed it, we will go down this path. And so we'll jump to page and we'll go back to the introduction. We'll show some feedback. Sorry, we are sending you to the introduction at the beginning. And again, we'll display this message for 2 seconds and then go ahead. So at this point, what I'd like to do is test this out. Click on Preview. And up comes the previewed learning object. There we are. Here's the introduction page. Let's say I just blow by everything. I just ignore it. Sorry, we are sending you to the introduction. Boom. So I can't blow past this. So in order to get to level 2, I really do need to answer at least 2 out of 3. So I'll answer this one correctly. I'll answer this one incorrectly. And I'll answer this correctly. So basically I'm answering 2 out of 3 correctly. And there we go. And now I'll move forward, and congratulations, we're now moving on to level 2. And of course we put no content at level 2, but we're successfully at level 2.